Okay, so I've gotten some questions about what kind of gear I use at OhioDrumChannel@gmail.com. A lot of the stuff I made, here's my bass drum with a floor tom coming out of it. Here's two bass drums I put together. It's a 22 by 20 and a 20 by 20, and I cut the bearing edge off. I wood glued it, and then I bondoed the inside. Here's a bass drum I cut in half, so I'm running three bass drums. I use Mideast raw cymbals and PA headliners. What else? So floor tom I cut in half. A snare drum I cut in half, and I did a scallop bearing edge. That's a batar. Here's an effect cymbal I made with the chimes up top. It's a crappy cymbal with a PA Mino bottom head. Those are two floor toms I put together. Same procedures I did with that. I'm using pearls and I'm using Yamaha Stage Customs. These were camouflage. I did this myself. The weather changed. You can see here is the camouflage material. And that's the same thing, only with 4 coats of poly on it that I sprayed. I'm sorry, lacquer, not poly. So I got 2 more drums to do once the weather changes back, and then they'll get coated. So this is 2 8-inch toms I put together with a wood rim, and it was a cut off of a 12-inch tom. Got some rotos. These are 2 12-inch toms that I did. There's my cowbell bass pedal. Here's my 12-inch tom I put floor tom legs on. Here's a 14-inch tom with the hydraulic head. Got the rotos, I got the electrics. I said I made that, I put that together after watching Rush's Witch Hunt. I was always trying to figure out how he did that. And then I got my hand pan right here. Gotta have one of those. This is a cymbal I made. This was a crash cymbal that cracked, so wherever the cracks were, I cut it out. Put it on top of each other. I put some tambourine chimes. I got the sleigh bell. That's my circular saw blade where I cut some of the teeth off. It sounds like a bell. The rototoms, rims, the batar. Like I said, this is a scallop drum head bearing edge that I made with the scallop file. Like I said, there's a 16-inch floor tom that I cut in half. A regular 16. There's a 14, there's a 12, like I said, on tom-tom legs. And a Roland TD6V. So, oh, and this is Lisa Surge. So when you see me playing some stuff, it looks like a real cymbal. It actually is, but it's encased in plastic. I don't know if they still make them or not, but it's an electric cymbal as well. I have more drums that I've created. I just don't have any stands or any room to put them on. So if anybody wants to donate me a drum rack, I'm all for it. Also, if you have any products you want me to test out for you, I'm glad to do that too. Ooh, I knocked Emily over. This is Emily. She's in every video. Hello, Emily. And like I said, so this was the 2 8-inch toms with the 12-inch. And there's a batter head on here. Sometimes I'll flip it over. Sometimes I'll put a resonant head on there. But like I said, there's a bass drum with a floor tom coming out of it. There's a wood rim that I made that holds that bass drum in. It's glued in. The 2 tom, 2 bass drums, half a bass drum, 2 floor toms. Marine Corps 250th anniversary this year. I'm a fucking Marine. All right. So you get the idea. Health update. I'm trying to get back into playing shape. I had lost 20 pounds when I got sick with that lung infection. I put on 12 pounds on the way back, so I'm just trying to get back into playing shape. I was down for a little over a month. But, all right. That's Fritz's Gear, Fritz Von Hammer, Ohio Drum Channel. If you want to get in touch with me, OhioDrumChannel@gmail.com.